First day with some shoulder pads on. It was quite a bit warmer than the first two practices. I thought it tested them a little bit more, but I felt like the guys really pushed hard. Defensively, we started to install a couple new coverages and things like that after the first day. First installation, we did both first and second day. So day 2 installation we actually did today, trying to get better. On Thursday doing Tuesday's work again. But I don't know, I just got a great feeling as far as the organization and the effort and the detail of the coaching and the players flat out giving everything they got. So that's all I can ask right now. But other than that, you all can ask me whatever you want.
Got the announcement on Malcolm Mitchell's re-injuring himself. Was that a case of him just pushing himself too much too soon, you think, or just
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's related to that.
It's pretty vague, just leg injury. I know he said hamstring issues.
Yeah.
Are you just trying to keep it vague?
Well,
or,
it's yeah, we're trying to keep it vague. But you know, the good news is we think he'll be ready, you know, by the summertime to be working and be 100% by the time camp starts. So a lot of times the big question is, you know, is that going to happen or not? We don't think it'll cost him the season at all, or even any camp for that matter.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was Quavon Hicks working for defense a little bit today?
No, there might have been another 48 in there.
Okay,
but,
sorry about
yeah,
that.
that's all right. He was working. We got some double numbers out there though. Quavon's been working tight end, and I did say the other day that Watts Dantzler was. He is playing guard and tackle, but he's playing more tackle than guard. I said he was playing more guard, but he's really getting more reps at tackle right now.
He could be that third guy potentially. To
Yeah.
Swingman. Kind of
He could, you know what? That's what he's competing for. And, but again, by knowing guard and tackle, it just like a NFL. If you're like the 7th or 8th lineman in the NFL, you better be able to play more than one position, and that adds value. It gives you a better chance to play, and he's able to do both. So I think it'll be good. But right now, he's doing well at tackle.
It's hard to miss Watts, you know, from size standpoint. He's got to do a senior year without playing a whole lot. Clearly, there's more to it than just being a big guy. But I mean, do you still feel like he's got some exceptional potential?
We think he can help us. In hindsight, it'd have been nice if he'd have been redshirted somewhere along the way because he's a 4th-year senior. Be nice if he had this and another. It didn't work out that way, but he knows what to do. He's competing hard. We think he can play. I don't know if we got 2 full lines that can play, but we're getting closer to that around here, which is a good thing.
How's Theus looked at that left tackle?
You know what? I talked to him yesterday. And it was based off of the first day's film because I hadn't studied the second one quite as much, the second practice. But he looked quick. He looked like he was really feeling comfortable out there. And of course, that's what he played in high school and got used to, or he's getting used to it again. But it was just first day. But I saw good quickness, all good pass sets. Because that's the big thing. If you can't pass set on the left side, you're in trouble. Quarterback's in trouble. It looked like he was really doing a nice job so far.
Mark, how much is your line better with Mark Beard as part of it? And did you think he was gone, or you've had a couple guys do this thing where they changed their mind?
I wasn't surprised that he changed his mind. He was making the decision when he was really emotional about. I think it was a culmination of not playing a lot last year, and then in the mat drills in the morning, there was it got heated up a little bit, which it tends to do from time to time, and I think he was just like, you know what, I'm done, and it just wasn't a wise thing to do. You know, if it was at the end of spring and you did your best and all that, and then you still feel you got to go, that's one thing, but to do it right before spring ball is about to start. I mean, gosh, you go through spring, you may be a starter when it's over. You just don't know. It wasn't like he could transfer anywhere the next day. He'd be just going to class and wasting away. So I wasn't shocked that he decided to come back. But he's got a great spirit, great attitude, working hard. Got no problem. We've never had a problem out of Mark Beard. We've never had a problem out of Beard.
Did he have issues with being moved to guard rather than?
No, I think it was just he didn't play as much. You know, he played more the first year than the second year. He was a 3-for-3 guy out of junior college, and he just didn't play as much. And I mean, it's hard to go from this amount of playing time to less in your year 2, and you're thinking, gosh, my senior year's coming up, and maybe I'll get a chance around here. You know, they think sometimes, you know, we're picking favorites or whatever, but we're just trying to get the best guys in the game, and the better you practice, the more chances you get to play, and the better you play in the game, the more reps you'll get in the game.
What you got coming in the fall at running back? How's AJ Thurman taking spring to maybe show himself a little bit more to you?
He looks like he's in great condition. He is he's practicing very hard, and he's practicing harder, longer than a couple other guys, I think, because he is in really good condition. I think he's learning a lot more. You know, now that we're doing, one of the things I was talking about we changed is we're doing 2 spots we're calling. We got, like, we'll have 11 on 11 with the 1s and 2s going at a pretty rapid fire, no huddle pace. Then we'll have 3s versus 3s on another field, getting work at a slower pace with a huddle and all, because there's only one group over there, but they're getting a ton of reps now, and the more reps you get, the better you get. So we've been watching all the film, and we like what AJ's been doing.
Are you surprised at all to see Keith Marshall as mobile as he is just 5 months after tearing his ACL? Or?
Well, not really, because I know how he's been progressing all along, but it's good to see him do that, and he is doing some change of direction things out, not in a competitive situation. We don't want him really to do anything competitive right now, but it's good to see him moving well. He works hard, and you know, some guys heal faster than others.
Has Gurley been pretty much doing everything?
Gurley's doing everything. Gurley's doing everything. He and I even said it today to, I don't know what coach said, just having to be standing next to me. It just looks like he's really working himself into some, you know, better condition. He's look like he's just feeling more confident, I guess, would be the way to say it. He's cutting each direction well. I'm seeing less and less issues that something was wrong somewhere along the way. He looks more like Gurley. He's not in the, you know, tip-top condition like he was to start the season a year ago yet, but he's getting there.
Malcolm again, just real quick. He's one of those guys that I mean, you could tell even on the first day when he's sprinting, he's just a special athlete. But I know you've run across him in your career. Just hard to keep him on the field for whatever reason.
Well, he only had. I guess he did have a hamstring his first year for a minute. He's very. I mean, we use the term explosive. The guy is just. He can jump. He can change direction so quickly. He can go from 0 to 60, you know, faster than most human beings, and because of that, sometimes, you know, it puts pressure on your muscles and your joints and all that kind of thing. So I think it's part of it. He's a strong guy. Ron Corson was saying he's one of the strongest guys we've ever had. I forgot the name of the machine where we measure the strength of the quad and all that kind of thing. But he's just a super strong kid.
What all could he do on Tuesday?
What could he do Tuesday?
Yeah, how much did he do out there?
He was out there. It was somewhere during the fundamental period where he hurt his leg.
So running routes, catching passes.
Just doing some drills. There's no contact, not a competition thing.
Mark, as you look back on last season, we've asked some of the guys on defense, and most of them come back to the words communication as being if there was any issues, especially at the back. Now they're saying that the system maybe simplified the terminology. How do you think that's going to impact things? Do you think it will be easier for guys now?
Well, if you remember, I mean, there's a lot of time. if you give up big plays, then it's hard to keep people from getting a lot of yards and a lot of. I'm not saying it really the way I want to say it. I don't want to be careful how I say it, but if you have bad communication, I guess, in the back end, big plays happen. And just like, we're in the bowl game and we got them backed up on the 1 yard line, and they end up with a 99-yard touchdown pass. Well, we didn't communicate as well as we should, and just gave up a big one, gave up momentum. I mean, we had tremendous momentum having them back there. So if you make a mistake, I guess in the back end especially, it can cause a really big play. You certainly can get two guys in the same gap and have the same result in the run game too. So it's not just on the back end, but I think just when Coach Pruitt, you plan your installation day 1, day 2, day 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, and you go through day 1 and you see they got a lot of it, but they missed a lot of it. And they're like, well, if we go to day 2 before they get day 1, then we're just going to be confused about everything. So let's hold off on day 2. Let's do day 1 again. Make sure they got it. Then we'll go to day 2. So I think that's just a good sign of wanting to make sure that no matter what we call, we want to make sure we can execute. There's a lot of good calls out there, but you got to be able to execute it.
How do you expect Quavon Hicks' kind of new role will help you in the fall?
I'll say this, for the short time he's been playing tight end, he's really doing some good things. He's catching the ball well. He's running routes better than you would think a guy would just starting out. Maybe he was watching those tight ends all this time. He's watching film and all that kind of thing. But he's really got a pretty decent knack for route running, using his body to shield off defenders. He snatches the ball well. And he runs pretty good. He's got a big enough body to block, a Sam linebacker, or possibly block down on a bigger man who's inside. If you got a little leverage on him, I mean, he can. I think he's got the skill set to do both of them very well. Pretty pleased.
Anything jumping out at you about the quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think Hudson is really. He really understands it well. Like I've been saying, I think he's been throwing the ball well. He's on it. You can just see he's on his game. Fatone certainly is second best at really getting it and understanding it and knowing what to do. Bryce is getting it. He's getting there. I mean, he's learning, but you'll just see him standing there and make some throws that are very impressive. Jacob, obviously, just new kid on the block. Everybody on the team, he's the only mid-year. Everybody on the team knows what to do on offense except for one guy, and he's trying like mad to learn. But Mike's doing a good job of giving him reps. But if you just get in the drill, you drop back, throw the football. I mean, you can see this talent base. So, but things are spinning so fast for him mentally; it's hard to really kind of judge him right now. Anybody else?
Anything else?
All right.
Thank you.
Y'all have a wonderful rest of the week.